You'll see blue routes. It's the second one. I forgot I have my January description of what that all is.
Okay.
Somewhere.
Oh, just print that.
Rolling.
Chad, when you get a chance, it's page 59. There it gives you an explanation of what it is. Unfortunately, your first. It's like. Couldn't sell at 10:30.
Yeah, I looked at it wrong. Marquis line item and right above her, so I was looking at 11, and I thought the things after it were bills by him. But, okay, it's a little after 8 o'clock. Let's get the commissioners meeting started for we'll start with the pledge of allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sheriff Kleinhelder. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm here just to ask for a staffing increase request. As you are all aware, we put in for the COPS grant for 2 people, and this would be for the 2024 budget, not anymore this year. So I'm asking for those 2 positions to be created, and then a 3rd position, which is, I was gonna come in here 2 weeks ago and ask for that. After talking to Councilman Kleesner, I decided, we both decided to wait. So I'm asking for those 2 plus a 3rd one for the 2024 budget. We went through a hiring process just recently. We had an individual sworn in last week, and then we're having our 2nd individual sworn in this morning at 9. So we have that. Then 2 positions are filled. One was a newly created one, and the other one was a replacement. We still have the 3 people that were left from the application process. So we would not have, if those 3 positions are created, and barring anybody retiring until then, we would not have to start an open process. So we just eliminate the 3 people that we have on the process.
I'm satisfied to move forward with the two that we have at least partial funding for the COPS grant. I wouldn't be in favor of adding the third one at this time. That's where my position is.
So, how many did we just created two?
One was a replacement, one was a new position.
Okay. Yeah, here to chat, I'm happy to do the two cost grant positions. And maybe hold off on this third one.
Commissioner Stephano?
Agreed. I think we'll do the two now and then one later.
Okay, any other comments that you want to make before we take a vote?
No.
Okay, I'll move that we create the two positions for the 2024 budget. Hoping to fund them at least partially for the first couple of years.
Second.
All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Anything else, Sharon?
No, sir.
Thanks, sir.
All right, thank you guys. Have a great day.
Thank you.
All right, we have payroll. Everyone's had a chance to look at it. Any changes, modifications?
No.
I'll move that we approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We have the claims against the county. I don't see any problems or changes there. I'm good to move forward with it. Anybody else have a problem? Okay, I'll move that we approve.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We have the minutes from the previous meeting, the June 19th meeting. Any amendments?
No.
No.
I'll move that we approve.
I'll second.
All in favor of that motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Do we have a treasurer's and clerk report to look at this time? Okay.
I was only looking at you got it.
Sean, can I give you something? I want to give you this piece of mail came in, it's about your Ford Fiesta. Guess they're trying to get you to upgrade. Okay, so I thought you might want that.
So also call the veterans.
That's why I was hoping you had it. Okay. So while we're waiting, generally at the beginning of our meetings, we have a highway report and an engineer's report. Both of those folks are out of the office today. So I will read the engineer's report. There's a Safe Streets for All action plan. They're sending out RFPs to consulting firms in the next few weeks to get a plan together for that. Bridge number 14, the replacement on Division Road. The bridge has been open temporarily. That's been a long time coming. So we're happy for that, but it will be closed again temporarily for striping at some point soon. We've had some community crossing projects completed. The town of Portersville Road was finished in May. 100 East, 420 North, 520 North were completed June 14th. And then 550 West and 450 West were both completed on the 19th and 20th of June. Yet to come is 300 North and 325 East. Celestine Road North, 500 East in the town of St. Mark's. Those are still scheduled, or we're hoping to get those scheduled here by the end of the year, as well as Kellerville Road and 1100 South. There's a good number of chip seal paving projects that have been completed. I did post a copy of those on the Facebook site if anybody wanted to see those. And we have a lot of patching projects, a new chip seal project on Cusco North Road coming up. That looks like that's the total of the engineer's report. Anybody have anything to add to that? As a bit of a side note, I went up and visited the County Community Corrections facility on Friday. Took a tour around there because I hadn't been there for a couple weeks, and things are really pulling together. There's little, just like anything we built something, there's little corners here that need something, and things have gotten dinged up, but everything is really coming together, and it looks like it's been a long time getting here, but it's nearing the finish line, so it looks really nice. Don't really have anything to add to that.
On schedule,
I don't know what its schedule is anymore. It seems like it always gets
not so much.
one more week, but
Yeah.
it's getting there.
Looking to move in probably in July, 24th to 28th, that's what we're,
Oh, wow, that's great. Good.
I think previously we would have wanted them in June. It's not exactly on schedule, but not too far off.
That's great.
When you have so many hands in such a large project, there's certain items that are, it's hard to get everything 100% perfect on the first try, but it's looking good. They have some nice concrete work for it up front, there's some bike racks. Still ways to go, but it's looking good. Sean Warner, like if you please come on.
Morning.
Good morning.
Alright, so today, I've got a couple things on the agenda. First thing would be, we are basically out of space at the health department, so I'm asking today to construct a small little carport / storage building off the backside of our parking lot so we can use, so I might have two of them.
Just come on, like,
So the plan is to take everything out of our storage area in the health department so I can create 3 office spaces for the 3 positions that they approved last meeting. And then also have a storage facility for our trailers, so it's under roof and doesn't keep rusting and withering away in the sunlight and raining outside. So this is a quote from American Steel Carports for the amount they're shown, and then to wire it, we contacted Fisher Electric. The plan is to pull power from 911's tower building in the back. If there's not enough amperage there, they may have to have the city come and set a new pole transformer and then come off of there. We'll just have to see which one is the most effective and cheapest route. I'm thinking the pole from that building is gonna be okay, but if not, there may be a separate meter monthly fee for that. And then the PTAC unit is basically just to keep it from freezing and thawing, so our PPE and storage supplies we put in there don't get too hot or too cold and go to waste. Insulated garage door, got a quote from Du Bois County Garage Doors. Spray foam installation was estimated, somewhere around $67,000. And then I talked with Brent from the Du Bois County Highway to get a quote on concrete just before the slab. And on the second drawing, or the second page, there is a drawing of where we're gonna put it. So the plan is to cut the curb. There's already a 24-foot wide 2 parking spots right there where you can see it's drawn. Just basically cut the curb, pour a concrete slab there, 24 feet wide by 36 feet long. And the building actual footprint is 20 by 35. That'll give us like a 4-foot sidewalk on one side to be able to take supplies in and out of. So that's basically it. I think Brent said they should hopefully be able to get to it within the next month or so. I think maybe between bridge crews could get it there a day or two and get it done. Shouldn't take a whole lot of work. Just cut the curb, remove some dirt, add in some rock, and then forming it up, pouring it, and then after that, the other companies can take it off. In the city building permit, I have this basically filled out. I just need to know if you guys approve who wants to be the contact name, who wants to have their phone number and email addresses that need to go under Du Bois County Commissioners. Do you want me to put my information there? So it's basically just this top section here. I don't know what you want me to put there.
With this first, I've heard of this.
Yeah, I mean, it basically, after we approve the positions, last 2 weeks, we realized that we have absolutely no office space whatsoever. So we're gonna have to do something. This is gonna all come out of grant money. It's not gonna cost the county anything. We've got about $30,000 in our testing site, COVID testing site grant left over. And this 30,000, 740.51 is probably estimated a little on the high end. Hoping it comes under 30,000, but we've got grant money to cover the whole project from start to finish.
There's no possibility of the COVID grant money being called back. It's one of those that it's yours, you didn't spend it this.
It was a deliverable-based grant, so we provided testing to the county for 2 years. In the amount of, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and there was about 30,000 left over in that fund. That was ours to keep because we fulfilled our duties. So there's no strings attached to that money. It's ours to use as we wish.
Because you deliver at a better value, you get to save it, so you get to keep it safe.
Yes.
Use it. So you're gonna park the trailer in here?
The trailer is gonna go in the front 20 feet of it, so from tongue to tail, it's 20 feet long. So the back portion then would be for storage, and then we've got it wide enough where we can put shelving on both sides of the trailer, to store supplies as well. So the plan is to get an insulated garage door, spray foam it, put in the small PTAC unit so it's conditioned space, and then we can move hopefully everything out of the storage in the back of the building and create office space. It's either that or we have to build onto the health department. So I think this is a much cheaper, more efficient route than, adding hundreds of thousands of dollars in addition on the health department.
Trailer you're parking it under overhang now, right?
It's out in the weather. Our drive-through is still used every day for COVID, and then, this fall, flu shots will do 5,000 people through there in winter. So we can't really put anything on the awning because we use it every day. It's not wide enough to get the trailer.
Seems like a lot for a steel carport, doesn't it?
Yeah, but you have to realize it's gonna be conditioned space. If I just wanted to throw a carport up
Right.
and have my stuff in there and burn up and freeze in the wintertime, that's fine and dandy, but then I have a bunch of junk that I have to throw away in the next year. So,
Oh, I get it, it's more of a comment on where we're at today, with
Yeah.
pricing.
I mean, I could probably price a pole barn and insulate it, but it's gonna be a whole lot more than this.
So, yeah, if you have grant money, I don't have a problem with it.
I agree. Prices seem a little high, but
For electrical, they were saying it's not gonna exceed 6,300. I didn't put what they thought it was gonna be. I put not to exceed just to make sure I was transparent with
I
you guys.
understand.
I didn't wanna say it was gonna cost $3,000, and then come in there, well, you $3,000 over budget.
What's the P-TAC now?
So that's basically just a unit, kind of like what they put in these hotel window units, so it heats and cools.
Oh, okay, the small, okay.
Mr. Schneider, is this a fine way of getting a single quote for a project of this size?
Can I see the quote?
Well, I've got all the actual quotes here, but
If we approve it, is it okay to just let us see your contact, project ideas?
and all these,
So, this is more than
not any one quote was more than,
But it's a price on insulation
Okay.
for $7,000 seems really high. But I have no idea how to insulate anything with one.
Did you get that from Superior for spray foam
So-
insulation?
Superior was, 6,925. I did price, Energy Solutions, and they were $3 a square foot. So, I'm thinking there's around 2,000 square foot of surface area.
Mhm.
So that should be around 6,000 that I put in for the worst.
Sure.
I'm fine to move forward. I would just, condition it upon Mr. Schneider, reviewing, make sure that it's been, bid appropriately for the project. So that's my motion.
I'll second.
Any other discussion?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. And then, we mentioned that we were talking, well, go ahead and put your name on it as a contact, that's probably the most appropriate.
Okay,
if you're gonna be the one.
so my name, my phone and email address.
That's fine, yes.
Okay.
Okay, wait, please.
The WIC leases needed to be updated based upon the ongoing audit. The plan on that was to redo it as it is in its current state. However, we did not draft that lease originally, so it's not in Word. So I have to finish typing it.
Okay.
And I have not done that yet.
I'll try
That
to
has
get,
nothing to do with Sharp.
I'll try to get you, a copy that's amendable. I sent him a scan and you can't do anything with it. So you're either gonna have to retype the entire,
Which is fine.
15-page document, or I'll try to find an editable version, and get it to him today. Which should be in there later today, so I'll see if they've got it, amendable copy.
Anything significant we need to be aware of what changing with the contract?
No, the only reason it was brought up is because the State Board of Accounts recommended to Sandy after they seen it, that it should probably be updated because it's over 10 years old. And we're happy to have them in our building. I don't think we want to change it or do anything different.
What's the monthly?
$1,500 a month.
And that goes into a fund that.
Building
maintenance
for
for that
building.
building.
Okay. Cell phone lines?
Okay, so we have the 3 new positions that were approved 2 weeks ago, and then our newest environmentalist also needs a phone, so I need to request for new cell phones and cell phone service lines to cover those 4 positions. The one I would need started immediately. The other 3 would not have to start until January 1 of 2024.
So you need 3 lines or 4?
I need 4 total.
I apologize, I wasn't here last meeting and I haven't watched the film or the video, I guess. Can you tell me about the 3 new positions, what the, in a general sense, what the nature of their daily work would be?
So 2 of them are the community health workers that is going to be in charge of the 3 pre-to-3 program that we're partnering with Vanderbilt County to bring to Du Bois County. They would be actually going out and to do home visits with pregnant women and families up until the child is age of 3. So it's they're going to be in the field, it's safety concern, they're going to be doing home visits, so they're going to need cell phone service just because they're out in the field. They may need emergency contact, they may need a refer service while they're there. The other one is a health educator. It's going to be similar position. They're going to be going out into the field to provide education trainings. Typically, anybody that we send out of the office to do services, they have a cell phone, just so they can contact referrals, customers. If they have an emergency situation, they have a way to get back to the office or contact 911. And then the environmentalist, there was an extra phone that went to our school liaison. So if I need a phone to replace that one, so the environmentalists all have a cell phone when they go out in the field as well.
So it goes back to the same discussion we had when Mr. Ramos was here, we updated the policy, I haven't looked at the policy since that time. It just seems like if I was any of those positions, I wouldn't want to have another phone. Because I would have a personal phone, and I wouldn't want to carry 2 phones. So, I would assume that every one of those people has their own cell phone. And so what, I'm not saying that they should have to use their personal phone for county business, I'm not saying that. If I was in their position, I'd say, how about you just give me $15 on each payroll and, or whatever the appropriate amount is, $1, $50, whatever the amount is, to compensate for that.
We currently don't have a stipend policy.
Yeah.
I know we don't.
I mean, if you want to go that route, we can look into that. I mean, they would probably, I would say, happier to do that than carry 2 phones. But the 3 new phones, 3 of the new phones will be paid out of the governor's public health fund. So that's the new fund that's going to be received from the state, and the other would come out of emergency preparedness, because mine currently comes out of there, and the new one will come out of there. So both of them all four of them are coming out of grant money.
So I guess with those, are you gonna get them, we have data plans too, or are they just gonna have, basic? Because it doesn't seem like they would need.
It's the basic, 38 or $34 a month. So it has texting, data. That's basically it. They don't have hotspots.
I don't know, what do you two think?
I mean, for the three that start January 1, if the county wants to change the policy and start paying for employees' cell phone stipends, I would think that they would probably be in favor of that because,
That would be a taxable friend.
yeah, exactly. So that's why I don't think the county ever did it.
Well, where do you draw the line and who do you?
Yeah.
Well, and then on the other hand, what I think ends up happening is if somebody's a long-term employee, they say, well, I'm not gonna pay for mine then, and they use the county phone for personal business then.
That happens.
Again, because it doesn't make sense for a person to carry two phones to do the same thing. I don't know, do you have any thoughts?
And the plans nowadays, it's unlimited data, unlimited calling, well, not unlimited calling, unlimited text, so it doesn't cost anything to use any extra. So
It's not like they go over minutes, it's not.
if they go over the minutes, then that's a problem, then we have to address that, but our staff never goes over the minutes.
That's, I'm not opposed to getting phones.
There's something over the minutes? I mean, that's something that happens in.
So we share with, I don't know, our plan is a government plan which shares a bank of minutes, so we typically text our,
The only time we really went over was during COVID,
COVID, yeah.
and we did adjust some stuff then, but
And we've tailored those back to now that we're in normal times again, per se.
I don't know that I'd be opposed to a stipend either. I feel like it'd be in a lot of ways easier, simpler.
now I know other counties have certain amount of stipends for certain positions, and you have to set all that. Cause like his position could use more than.
My big worry is that everybody that has a cell phone who ever answered a text message from anyone in the county is gonna say, well, I need a stipend.
Exactly.
So, that's,
County cellular phones are intended for use for county business, but like I said, I know that there's some people that have county phone, that's their only phone. I think, of course, Sean Dolan does a good job of having funds to pay for things that he asks for, so it makes it a lot easier just to say, go ahead, you're gonna be taken care of. I don't think I'm ready to change the policy today, so I would, ask you if we approve these. Commissioner Stovall, you get a comment?
I think we go ahead and approve it and then revisit it at the first of the year and see if the stipend is the way to go.
He just people have to budget for it now.
Yeah, they would just get it in by, well, it's already, budget's
They're
already
due
in.
today. Like me, I carry my own personal, I have nothing to do with the county, but I do a lot of county business along. I don't
Same here,
I don't wanna carry another phone, so I carry my own.
Understand?
And I'm not,
these employees, the new one said, we need a phone.
How do they
There's
feel?
nobody there yet. I'm telling them they need a phone because I'm not gonna send somebody into a home visit where I have no contact with them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a safety concern. Vanderbilt County has a cell phone for everybody. They have Life 360 on them so they can track where they go because if they send them into a home, who knows what's gonna happen there? They don't have to be able to, well, they've been sitting at the house for 3 hours. If there's a problem, then I need to send somebody out there to help them or send the sheriff's department to go do a welfare check.
That goes back to the same thing, they're gonna have a phone anyway.
Possibly. I mean, I can't guarantee everybody in this world has a phone, but I can't expect them to, certain plans that they got, just a track phone. And I'm telling them they gotta do texting data, calling on that, and they go over their minutes, then I'm gonna be costing them money for personal or for county business. So,
I guess when you bring them on, you can ask what their preferences. You're gonna carry two phones, or are you satisfied?
and that's typically what I do, and some of them say, no, I'm just gonna use my personal phone, some of them say, yeah, I want a county phone.
I can definitely understand if people were like, if it was a rare thing to have a phone, or it was exorbitantly expensive, you hire me if I apply for the job. Thank you, but that's just me. So I say we probably talked about this one enough. I'm fine to approve the total of the 4 new cell phones to be added to the county plan.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Anything else, Mr. Warner?
That's it. And yeah, if they don't want them, then we won't order them or get them.
Absolutely.
All right.
Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
Mr. Madden.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
I'm here today to request our part-time administrative assistant to be moved to full-time, to create that position so we can staff our public lobby Monday through Friday. And that would be effective August 1st, I believe.
And council approval.
Right, and the council approval.
Was that, is the current pay 1880 or somewhere in that range, is that right?
No, that position is a, what is it called?
Comot 3.
Comot 3.
1805.
Starts out at I think 2023 is 1801. 1801 to 2368, and she's currently paid 1766.
Okay.
So that would come with a raise.
How are you currently doing that with her being part-time?
She's paid out of a misdemeanor fund. It's a fund from, I believe, the state, that's split between the sheriff's department and community corrections. She's also being paid out of IOX drug court grant, 9 hours per pay period.
So to make maybe summarize this, I don't know if you're familiar with the layout of the place. Do you understand what's going on with this? It's kind of a new position because there's gonna be 2 lobbies with 2 entrances. One of the lobbies, the historic or traditional one, is where you have a guard, for lack of better terms, standing there, they deal with having to blow
Checking in, checking out.
breathalyzer, they say I'm here, I'm present, or the people that are work release folks that are living there, they get checked in, they wait, they can have to go in. So right now, the people that do that, they go in a participant entrance. That'll work historically. There's another main entrance that will be for the public, which will be doing urine tests and.
Yeah, any type of supervision, not work release. So your intakes, your home detention, probation will be there. They have drug screens or, participate in programming. So everybody who's not work release will be entering that lobby.
Okay, so I think I may have said that wrong, so the work release goes into one and everybody else goes into the other. So I don't remember what the plan was, whatever Megan was here, because that's where the plan was developed, and 2 separate entrances, and I think Mr. Madden and I agreed to fine plan and a fine design, we just have to explain to staff that other entrance. And so right now we have a part-time person who's been a good employee for a number of years, and that person has agreed to be the face of that office.
And this is a non-participant.
The non-work release, so there'll still be some participants, but it won't be the people that live there.
The idea was to keep the types of supervision as separate. So you didn't have everybody in the same lobby. We do stuff with
So, from a staffing standpoint, it made more sense to do it the other way, that was our only concern. But we're here in this situation, so we need somebody, my opinion, we need somebody in that area. Let's say you call. The sheriff has talked with Mr. Matthew and stuff, so they share that misdemeanor money when it comes in. I know that he was fine with paying out the excess of the wage and expense of this person for 2024 at least.
We gather remainder of 23 and 24 in hopes that with our bigger facility, we would have the funds in 2025 to take on that cost.
So all those things being said, my thought would be to based on them using the miscellaneous funds, but it has to change from misdemeanor funds to something else in the future. In other words, technically, he's gonna request that the county general, and the position would either be eliminated or we have to get our consent to do that, or the council needs to do.
Sure. We do that.
That's where I was.
Okay.
Any comments for the two of you?
No, that sounds like a fine way to do it.
The other thing was, I think in a email you had maybe a month ago, it said, I had two questions. One, who's going to cover the position outside of her time, because it's open more hours than she's gonna work.
It'll be an officer.
So the officer will,
So yeah, so we've moved, we got two officers, six AM to six PM, and we've created a mid shift that's either 8 to 8 or 9 to 9. So after she leaves, after 3 or 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, depending on where her hours are, they would staff that position until the lobby closes at 7 PM.
so I just wanted to, I guess, make sure that you had thought through that. I
Yeah.
assume you had.
Yeah.